You've never raced at North Wilkesboro before, at least to my knowledge, in any of NASCAR's top three divisions. So, what's the strategy going into the Open this week, knowing that you have to race your way into the main event?
I mean, the plan is, you got to finish top two. So I feel like we had a good car at Martinsville, and that should relate a little bit to North Wilkesboro. So hopefully we have a good shot at it. But it's a unique place. It's a place, like you said, I've never been before. So I'll definitely have to figure it out those first couple laps because it's funky, with how you're going downhill into turn one, then uphill into turn three, and how bumpy the place is. And then just how the corners are shaped is very awkward. So you definitely have to really be on your game when you show up there to get your driving style right. And I think it definitely helped going to the Ford simulator this week and getting some laps. So hopefully go there and have a good run.
Yeah, so practicing the simulator. Have you been watching film or talking to other Ford drivers for a little guidance going into this weekend?
Definitely watching film and, trying to do notes, and the Ford simulator has definitely been a help. So just doing anything you can to try and prepare.
Yeah, yeah. Did you attend the All Star Race in 2023 or 2024?
I did not. So I've never been there for a race in North Wilkesboro. So I'm excited to see, just how passionate everybody is, because they've done a great job the last couple of years, getting a lot of people there, and the fans love it with how old school it is. So it'll be a cool weekend.
Awesome, awesome. So last season, Cole, Stewart Haas Racing shuts their doors and rebrands to Haas Factory Team, downsizing from a four-car organization to a one-car organization. You ink the contract to become the driver of that one singular car. What are your long-term goals with Haas Factory Team, and are you possibly considering an ownership position post-driving career down the road?
For me right now, that's so far down the horizon. I don't even know what to say about that really. But for us, I mean, we want to go out there and eventually be able to compete for wins. So for us, I think this year we knew we were going to have to walk before we ran a little bit. There's a lot of new people, new resources with our alliance with RFK, and just a lot of new stuff that we had to sort through. So it was definitely, at the start to the year, we knew we had to walk before we ran, but hopefully through these summer months, we're able to really hone in on things and hit our stride.
Yeah, for sure. Uh, so, Cole, when I think of the future of the sport of NASCAR, Sheldon Creed and Sam Mayer are definitely two names that come to my mind. You have them both as teammates down in the Xfinity Series. What advice have you given them? What advice have maybe they've given you? And what could you say about their performance so far this season? Because they've been looking strong.
Yeah, I mean, Sheldon and Sam are two great race car drivers, so they're going to figure it out on their own. I don't know if they really need me, but at the same time, I've been trying to help whenever I can. I'm just trying to relate things with our cars. I feel like anything that can get them up to speed faster with our cars and what we fight and how our cars handle can definitely be a help for when they show up to the racetrack. So hopefully, I think they're doing a great job this year, and been really fast, and hopefully can get some wins here soon.
Yeah, yeah. How much do you talk to them, like outside of the team meetings? You all seem like very similar people, like you'd all get along.
Yeah, I mean, it's been great so far. We usually work out together and get to see each other throughout the week. So we're able to bounce ideas off back and forth and kind of get an idea of things going to the racetrack.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Cole, I got one more question for you. I don't want to take too much of your time up. Obviously, it wasn't the result that you wanted, but you had a chance to win the Daytona 500 on the final lap this year. Now, forget about the result. Forget about the crash. That is something that the average Joe will never experience in their lifetime, in probably 20 lifetimes. Take us inside the mind of Cole Custer for a minute as you made that three wide move with half a lap to go, attempting to win the Daytona 500.
Yeah, I mean, what a crazy race, like you said. I mean, just for us, for our first race, really as a new team, to have a shot to go win the Daytona 500 was crazy. And our guys worked so hard over the off season. I mean, I would bet that they maybe worked harder than anybody in the sport, really, with how much work we had to do. And it was a huge deal for us to get to have a chance to win. So for me, that last lap, I knew I probably should have waited for the front stretch, but I was like, man, this is the Daytona 500. I have to try and go for it. So I made the move on the back stretch. And you didn't know when the caution was going to come out either, because the 35 had just spun on the front stretch. So I made my move as soon as I could, really. And from there, chaos ensued, and we were all pretty much 3 or 4 guys going for one spot, and we all wrecked. But it was definitely a crazy race, and one that hopefully we can try and rebound and get another one, get another shot at it.
So were you just seeing red in the moment, or did you think to yourself, like, as there's clear racetrack ahead, like, wow, like I might actually win this thing?
Honestly, I mean, there was a second there, where it's a pretty surreal moment that you're going down the backstretch and you have a shot to go for the win. So, yeah, I mean, that's the biggest race of our sport. I mean, that's a huge race for us to win. It's life changing. So, to have a shot to win the Daytona 500, the heart rate definitely gets up a little bit, but you just have to keep calm in that moment and just kind of make the best decision with the information you have.
Yeah, that's great. Definitely going to have many more opportunities to win that big race and many more races going down the road. Well, thank you, Cole, so much for your time. I wish you nothing but the best of luck this season and this weekend at North Wilkesboro. We'll be attempting to race your way into the All Star main event. We'll be rooting for you.
Awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your time, Cole.